I'm not one to judge, but when you tell me your best season is winter, I judge you. Like, how can you tell me your best season?
Fusey.
Let me share my very first job experience that I had in Canada. It was a
Yes.
Hello there, welcome back to my channel. If you're an old subscriber and if you're new on here, welcome to my channel. My name is Sherifat and I live in Nova Scotia in Canada. On my YouTube channel, I talk to you, I just share my experiences regarding life in Canada. I also share information, tips on how to, have a better life in Canada. So life here is based on my own perspective, right? You could have it different for other people. These are my personal experiences that I share on here. In this video today, I'll be talking to you about winter essentials and how to prepare for winter. Winter officially starts on the 1st of December this year. Even though in some places it's already getting very, very cold. So people might even get to have experienced snow before that official date of winter. So I just thought to share talk to you about what to expect if it's going to be your new winter as a newcomer family here. So I'll be sharing essentials on what to do, what to expect during winter. So I'll start with things to wear, particularly for kids. And like we don't want your kids to be cold from winter, from exposure of cold, because of not properly dressing them up. So I'm talking to you about things to wear, even as adults as well, because cold is not a friend of anybody, whether young or old. Some people die from cold in Canada. Some people have frostbites, which is quite like something you don't want to experience as a newcomer here. So I'll start with things to wear. Let me start with this one. So this is called a hat in Canada. So that's like cap, hat. And this particular one has covering for the ears. So when you wear it, this is my son's own. When you wear it, it covers your ears because they are like that are like entry points for cold. Your ears, your feet. You should keep those warm as much as possible. So this one is the hat. And we also have the jacket. So get ones that are as thick as possible, right? Particularly if you're in very cold provinces or cities, you should, invest in good quality jackets, winter jackets. Some are, if you're not able to afford new ones, they have thrift stores like Value Village, Salvation Army, where you're able to get fairly used jackets. Just ensure that you have very quality ones, very thick ones. Like if I wear this one indoor, I'll start to sweat. That's how thick it is. Like my husband's own it's even thicker than this, my husband's, and that can keep you warm in severe temperatures like -40. Like it's that thick. And this one, I think about -30 or something like that. And it should be good for that. Then we have snow boots. So like you see how how tall they are, because it keeps the feet warm, and they also have fur inside. You like to also invest in very quality boots for yourself and for the kids, particularly if you don't have, like if you're not mobile, like you have to jump buses or cab, you want to like stay as warm as possible. And then we have snow pants. So when they wear their clothes, particularly days that you have snow. So because the thing is, even when it snows at schools, they still go out to take these kids out during break time, like during recess, they go out to play in the snow. So you don't want to have your child go to school without snow pants or without very good things to keep them warm. So this is the snow pants. Some are like just trouser form. Some have like this thing on top. So they wear like an overall on their clothes, right? And we also have mittens. I don't have mittens here. Mittens or gloves. So I think there's a difference between mittens and gloves. I call them gloves, but mittens are, I think the ones that are very thick. Regular gloves are like cloth material, but gloves are very thick. We don't have. I didn't find anyone. And even this video made me remember that I have to start bringing out our winter stuff. So you have to have like very quality gloves as well, because the hands, the feet, the ears, and the neck as well are common entry point for cold. So for neck, so you can also get scarves. For yourself. I'll show you. I'll put a picture or a video of us fully kitted during winter, so you see how you should dress during winter. I think that's about it for things you should wear for winter. Also, we also have what we call thermal wear. They have these at Walmart, at some other places. I really don't always get to buy these things. I don't always, find them. But I hear that they are very, very good. So if you like, they are like inner wear. So thermal wear, if you have those for your kids and for yourself, you should have those, wear them. And they use, I'm Nigerian, so for those of you who are Nigerians, I also use robe, like ointment, on the chest of my kids and myself, just a little bit to keep them warm, not so much, so the smell doesn't, affect other kids at school. Just a little bit to keep their chest a bit warm before I wear their clothes for them. So this is us fully dressed up on one of the days in winter. On this day, actually, we went snow sledding. But this is how kids, should dress to school or all these things in their bag. Let me share my very first job experience that I had in Canada. It was a lunch monitor. I did the job for about 3 weeks or a month. So in my son's school, we got a letter from the school that they needed lunch monitors in school. I didn't even really know what the role was about. So one day the rep for newcomer students just came to me like, okay, I see your child is a newcomer. How are you finding this and all that? And I was just told them about, like we are new here and all those things. And it was like, so how's job hunting for me? So I told them, I'm still job hunting because we got here in August and school started in first week of September. About 2-3 weeks to when we landed was when school resumed. So it was like, I can start up this lunch monitor job while you're going for your interviews, while you're job hunting. I was like, really? And they told me that, told me how much they earn and all that. It was a 90 minutes job in a day, 12 to 1:30 during break time. That it's not something that is quite demanding. And school was just right behind the house, so just a walking distance to the house. So I took on the job for about a month, and I think it was about $14 or 13 point something. So in total, I used to earn $20. So 1 hour and a half was about $21 or something like that. And in a week, I'll earn about over $100, and it was even though it was not so much money, but it was money enough for groceries, right? So in a month, I earned about $400 for 90 minutes in a day. While I started, so my school was my child was in school, my friends in the house, we all in the house job hunting. So that 90 minutes, I'll put my daughter who was not in school then, in my friends, while I was looking for looking for a job, or my husband will be at home sometimes if he's not going to work. He already started working at the time. So it was really, really a good experience for me. Aside the money, it was a huge opportunity for me to learn about the school system in Nova Scotia. I was right in the school system. I was right in the school for 90 minutes. I'll see my son. I'll see how things are done, how teachers, it was a huge opportunity for me to learn about the school system in Nova Scotia. Until today, I'll be forever grateful for that opportunity. That's why I love this country. There's dignity in labor. There's no small job. There's no job. No, I mean, sometimes you have to do these jobs to even get opportunities to get closer to the system, to know how things are done. So that opportunity was, I'll see my child, because my child was a new person, right? It was his first time in Canada in school, and it was the only black boy, for example, in that year in the school. So I wanted to know how he was doing. So for that 90 minutes, sometimes I will be in his class as his lunch monitor. Sometimes I'm not in this, but I'm in the school environment. I could just peep and see how he's doing. Speak to his teacher and all that. Even the kids in the school always call me teacher. So when they see me in the mall, even till now, they'll say, "Oh, Nabil's mom." They'll tell their parents, that's a teacher in my former school. It was just a very, very good experience for me, really. So I'm really thankful for that job that I did for 1 month. And that job role was what made me know that these kids go out during recess, even when it snows. So the job was for 90 minutes. For that 30 minutes, the bigger kids, it's for about 30 minutes, and the smaller kids is about for 1 hour. So the remaining 30 minutes we'll go out with them so during lunch we'll be with them, we'll eat your food, we'll help them, especially the lower grade kids, like the younger kids, we'll help them, clean up, do this, eat your food. Are you done? Are you okay? Pack your lunch into your lunch bags and everything. That was when I even knew that during break, if a child says that he's not eating their food, do not force that child. That was when I knew that even as a lunch monitor, you are not you're not there to force them to eat their food. You can just, cajole them, eat your food, it's good for you. But if they say no, that's it, that's no. So during break time, we'll look after them, just stay in the space with them, so that there's no fighting amongst the kids, there's no quarreling, and some days we even be in the class. Maybe the teacher is out of the class, we can stay in the class with them, just look after them for that time. And then during break time, for like recess, they go outside, we'll stay with them, just look after them while they are playing. And even in like very severe conditions, like even me, I'm shivering, I'm like, hey, I'm cold, these kids will be out there. So armbands for your kids, gloves, mittens, everything that they need. Because without that, they all go out, they play in the snow, there was even a day they told me to help them to build snowman. I was like shivering. I was building it with them. They'll be in the snow. They don't even, maybe because they are running, so they don't really feel the cold, I would say. So that was when I knew that, I have to always keep my kids warm to school, because they always go outside to play anyway. And then regarding things to also have, so you should also have like weather apps to know what the weather will be the next day or that day before you go out. That could be very, very helpful to plan your day, right? To know where to know what to wear. That's that. And then also on severe days where we have really, really bad weather, like blizzards, severe snowstorms, you could lose power. So in your house, you should have like emergency kits in the house. You should have like maybe bottled water, because when there's no power, sometimes the water stops running. So you have like bottled water in the house that could last you. Sometimes it could last, they could take the power for like hours, sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even more hours. So you could have water in the house, and food that are not like perishable food, maybe bread, chips, and the likes, fruits that could sustain you while the power is out, because we use our stove to make food on most cases. So if you don't have power, you're not able to use your stove to cook, right? And also torch lights. So you should have flashlights. So when there's maybe the lights goes off at night, you need like flashlight, torch lights to to see your way around. And general first aid kits, that you regularly have even outside winter. And that's about that for that. Also have like blankets in the house, because when you don't have power, there's no heater to put on. So have like enough blanket to keep yourselves and your family very, very warm. And also during winter, you consider, so if you're the type that don't usually do bulk buying of food, you should consider doing that during winter, because for 2 reasons. For having not be able to maybe don't have power or something to cook, and to like go to the groceries on a daily basis or weekly basis. Aside that, the roads could be very, very in bad conditions. So even if there's power and the roads are bad, so the less time you're on the road, the safer you are. Because there are times that they even close school, like they cancel school on the days that we have blizzards or very severe weather conditions. So you don't want to be on the road on those days. So if you have enough food in the house, you don't think of how to go to the store every now and then, right? And that's about that for things you should have, like emergency kits in the house. And another thing I also touch base on is your essentials in the car. So when there are very severe weather conditions and you're driving, perhaps you're not able to move, you should have like jump start. So even if it's not even on the road, maybe you park your car in the office and you want to go, maybe there's been a like snowstorm and your car wouldn't start. So you'd have like jumper cables or to jump start your car. So you should have that in your car. And also towing ropes for when you're maybe you are on the road, you get stuck, somebody needs to tow you off the road or something like that. You want to help somebody as well, so you have that in your car. And also during winter, unlike summer when you just go into the car and start the car and and start going to where you're going to, during winter it's advisable that you warm the car up for about 10 minutes. I always forget this, or I don't do up to 10 minutes, and Abdul always tell me don't start the car until it's a bit warm, because it's snow, right? It's very, very cold, so the engine is very, very cold, so you want to heat up the car a bit before you leave. So about 10 minutes he recommends that one does that for. And also have like snow scraper, snow brush for your car, so you're able to clean up the snow on your windscreen or part of your rear windows and all of those car body parts when you have to drive off, when snow has fallen on your car. You have all those in your car. Also, the icing liquid that you usually pour in the car. I don't know how to explain this, but if you have a car, please ask your mechanic. So if you don't know how to put this the icing liquid in your car, it's very, very good that you have that. So it helps you de-ice the freeze or the snow on your car before you start driving. And also in your car, if you're able to also have extra blankets in your car, for example, if you get stuck and you call for help, maybe a towing vehicle or some form of help, and they are not coming as quickly as possible, you should have blankets in the car that can keep you warm until help comes to you. Also, if you're not driving, if you don't have a car yet, it's good to have the bus app as well, so you know when the bus is coming, so you don't go and stay in the bus stop for long hours, because even 1-2 minutes of exposing yourself to the cold is a lot. How much more staying for 10-15 minutes when you could save yourself that time? If you have the bus app, you know when the bus is coming, or an estimate of when the bus is coming. You're able to plan, as to where to go to the bus stop, so you don't expose yourself to cold that much. That's that. And then when it comes to driving itself, if for example the drive time takes you to go to work is say 10 minutes or 15 minutes, you should plan double the time during winter. So you are not able to rush or drive fast during winter because you're late. If your travel time is 15 minutes, please plan for 30 minutes, so you're not rushing. You don't want to skid off the road during winter. You don't want to run into another car during winter. Insurance companies will not say because it's winter or it's snow, they will pardon you if you're at fault. So slow your speed as much as possible, and also drive very, very safely and cautiously on the road during winter. I was in a video, my love. Walaikum salam. It's okay. How are you? Okay, I'm doing a video, please. Just give me a minute, okay? Come. Okay. Another tip I also like to give is, so if for example in my place of work we have an underground parking space during winter, I don't even remember that parking space, but another tip I also like to give is parking. So if your workplace has an underground parking spawant, utilize that during winter. Like for me in my workplace, we have an underground parking lot. I don't remember that until during winter. So don't anything.
No, okay.
Please don't look at me. I'm going to get shy. Thank you. Okay. I also like to add this tip. So if your place of work has an underground parking lot, ensure you utilize that during winter for the days that it snows after work, so you don't have to cleaning snow off your car after work. Like my place of work, we have an underground parking lot. I don't even remember that parking until during winter. During summer, I park somewhere close by to the building, but during winter I ensure I go to the driving lot, so I don't parking lot rather, so I don't have to clean snow on my car after work. And that's that for driving. So just generally keep as warm as possible, keep as safe as possible. Winter, if you are not patient on a regular day, winter is a time for you to exercise patience. Earlier I spoke about travel time. So if your travel time is X amount of minutes, you should double that by 2, right? So aside that as well, so you also give allowance for the time you spend to clean up your car if there's snow on it, or to also clear your pathway, your driveway if there's snow. So all those extra time, you have to consider that because there's no excuse for you to get to work late because of winter or because of snow. So you know that it's snow, maybe a day before, you should plan ahead, and have enough time for your travel time, for the time you use to cleaning your car or your driveway, and things like that. And also we also have what we call winter salt that you pour on your driveway, so it allows for easy movement of your car. So that's that. So I would also put up a video of how my husband does this. So he's the one that clears the driveway and all that. So I'll put a video. I think I have a video of last year's winter snowstorm that we had one time that was clean, how to clean the car, things to do before you're able to drive off your driveway. And another thing I also like to add is shovel. So also have shovel in the house or in your car as well. If you have, sometimes maybe you are parked somewhere and there's this snow that day, you may not be able to move your car until you're able to, like, pack up the snow behind your car or in front of your car. So have a shovel in your car and in the house as well. And also a remote starter. Some cars do have a remote starter in their car that you're able to start the car from your house. So even maybe you're parked some miles away, you're able to start your car even from your window of your house. So if you have that, that's good. So you don't have to go down to the car where it's parked to start the car. Physically you're able to remotely start the car. And I think that you're also able to walk it into your car if your mechanic can do that for you, if you're willing to do that. And also another thing I left out is winter tires. You do not want to drive with regular tires during winter. You don't want to do that. We recommend winter tires, like regular winter tires. Especially if you live in a place that has hill, like this hilly, maybe you have to climb up the hill a bit to get to your office, or on your way to your office. With regular tires, you would have like friction. You cannot move. But with winter tires, it allows you, a better flow on the road than regular tires. All season could be good if you're not like in a place that is very, very hilly. Like Nova Scotia, we have a lot of hilly places in Nova Scotia, so they recommend that you have like regular winter tires for your car. And also we have snow blower that you could use. We have the manual one or the automatic one where you use your hand, like manually do it, or you start it with a battery or with the lights. So it's faster for you to clear the snow that way. This video shows one of the days we had a snow storm in Nova Scotia last winter. When it snows, it could snow really, really bad. Like it could be so much to cover the car, the driveway, the stairways, like everywhere is full of snow. And like on really, really severe days that it snows bad. And this day was one of those days, as you can see. And this is how my husband clears it. Sometimes my son also joins him. He loves to join him, and they get to do it together. But my husband does the most, I would say. So that's him cleaning up the snow. This could take about an hour, depending on how much the storm was. 1 to 2 hours sometimes is there cleaning up everywhere, because without you cleaning up, you're not able to walk well. You could fall, and falling on the snow is not a nice experience at all. And also, even to drive off on snow, especially when we have ice on the floor, it's not something you want to do. So it's best that you clean it as much as you can, so it allows for free movement when you want to drive. And that's what it looks like when it snows in Nova Scotia. And another thing I mentioned about the salt, the winter salt, so some people call it the rock salt. That's what Abdul was putting on the floor. After cleaning up the snow, you still have to put those the salts, so it allows for better driving experience on the snow, because the floor could be still slippery even with you cleaning up the snow. So it's recommended that you also put this salt on the floor. And earlier I also mentioned that kids love snow. My son loves winter because of snow. As we were going down the stairs, they were going to school, they were playing. I saw them, both of them were playing with snow. They were like picking it up from the floor and throwing it at each other. That's why it's very essential that you give them all the essentials they have to wear to keep warm. I imagine them not wearing gloves and them using their bare hands to pick up the snow. So that's why the kids will always be kids. They love it. They love to play with it, and you don't want to have a sick child. Every now and then during winter, because once a child gets sick, you have to stay at home with them. Particularly now with COVID, once a child has even the slightest symptom, you'll be asked to keep them at home and stay with them. You don't want to be in and out of work because of you not doing your best to keep your kids warm during winter rather. And this is the automatic snow plower that my husband also uses. This is faster, it's more effective, it saves more time than using like doing it manually. So we got that last winter. So you can also look up sometimes they have deals on this equipment. So you can look up stores to see if you have one, if you want to get one for yourself. And that's that. Another thing I also had is vitamin D. They recommend that you give kids and yourself as well vitamin D. But some doctors that we asked, like our family doctor, says that a lot of food already contain vitamin D rather. So if you give your kids food enriched in vitamin D, then you should be good. But if you want to give them vitamin D, you could also ask your doctor. I mean, just for just to be on the safe side. But some people recommend that you give your kids vitamin D because there's no sun during winter. So we lack sun. So people think that you should have vitamin D as a supplement for that. Hope it was worthwhile for you. I hope you learned a thing or two, and I really appreciate if you're able to also drop your own comments, your own recommendations, your tips, advice, about winter and what we can do. Anything I missed out or anything I said wrongly, please put it down in some comment section. We are all here to learn together to have a better living condition in Canada. Canada is great, it's a beautiful country, but the snow, the cold, the weather is not something that many people, even Canadians that are born and bred here, do not like winter. Some cannot stand winter. Some get sick, some get anxiety from winter. So it's something you should plan ahead for and have all it takes to make you live out winter in one piece. Okay, so I've spoken about things to have, like essentials of winter. Let me also talk about the fun stuff to look forward to during winter. So it's not all gloom and doom all through winter. There are fun stuff to also do. One is when you get to slide on snow with the kids. The kids love it. Most kids love it, I would say. So that's one of the things people look towards when winter approaches, especially when there's enough snow to slide on snow, to make snowman and things like that. People even look out to have snow during Christmas, so they have a white Christmas. So it's not all bad. It's not like all bad weather, no fun stuff to do. There are a lot of fun things to also do during winter. I'll show you a clip of what I'm talking about, how to make the most of it. So what I always say is, whether winter, summer, spring, fall, just make the most of any season you find yourself in. And my son really loves winter because of snow. Even though I tell him it's strange. So he likes winter because of snow. I have a colleague who says our best season is winter. I'm not one to judge, but when you tell me your best season is winter, I judge you. Like, how can you tell me your best season is winter? Like, what? I mean, you can like snow, but like telling me the whole of winter is your best season, no way. Some don't even like summer. Some don't even like. Some prefer spring to fall, and if you still prefer spring or fall, I can still understand. But saying winter is your best season, I don't know what to say. So this is me fully dressed up for snow sledding with all my winter essentials. Whoa. That was fun. Yeah. Oopsie. You're amazing. Did you like it, Fuser?
Yes!
Hey. Snow day!
Snow day!
That would be cool. Let's keep digging then. You already dug that one out?
You're so deep.
Let me wear my gloves. Your meeting's fair. Let me feel it. Wow, it's so deep. Fusey. Fusey. Abu. So I've come to the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have learned a thing or two, please share my video to somebody that you think might be beneficial to. Comment, like, subscribe to my channel if you are here too. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you so much and have a great time. Bye and enjoy your winter.